Why are
Hey,
you in
Commander.
Diamond 3 if you're gonna run? Yeah.
After what happened to Jenkins, the crew could use some good news. They'll be glad to hear you're okay.
Why are you here?
You're not assigned to this ship.
Captain Anderson had me transferred to his command. Must have figured I knew what I was doing.
I need to go speak with Joker.
Goodbye, Commander.
That'll be the last time I talk to her. I can't stand Ashley.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Flow, which is topology optimizing add-on, which makes like an algorithm for auto topology. It's $5. There's 43 of them. You know what? Somebody will spend that in Bloomingdale, so you're fine. You're fine, Yoko. Enjoy your new present. Honestly, I think you might get the most out of it. Really into Blender and modding games and making yourself look good in VR chat. Yo, Chakwas is such a baddie. I don't care. I don't care if she's old, bro. Chakwas could get it. Ugh.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning
Bro,
them.
older women, man. Oh my goodness.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
An L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Alrighty, we leveled up quite a bit. This is a dialogue-based game. We're gonna put some points into Intimidate. Increase biotic protection by 6%. I think we'll put the points into Assault while we can. And summon Assault training. Okay. And we gotta make sure we save. That takes us downstairs. I don't think we need to go down there yet. We need to get to the Citadel. Oh. Alright, I guess it's not up to me. Am I supposed to talk to you?
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money
Lex
at
is a
work?
MILF lover too? Hey, Andy, bro. You didn't need to, like... You ain't need to shout it to the heavens, brother. But yeah.
flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, sizes and everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Just happy me and Mr. Ogre have the same taste. Hey, that's why we red gang around here. I wanted to say big up double S, but that means something else in certain circles.
The council
So
would
shout out to
step
my
in
steel
if the
shakers
Geth
out
attacked
there.
a Turian colony.
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders
This
of
is the
terminus
council right
systems,
here.
Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action.
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I really hated Udina my first couple playthroughs. I get him. I do get him. He does not have an easy job. The Council, they undermine him at every given turn. So, if you don't know who he is, like your first time seeing this, Udina is our representative. He's our ambassador for humankind. So this man, in this little tan khaki suit, he represents all of humankind. Like, our problems are so minimal. Like, this, you know how we deal with, like, stuff on a countrywide basis right now in our current times in real life? We're such a minute speck. We have to have a representative that represents us in space affairs. It's different. It's very different. Our politics has been undermined entirely. We are a speck for real. So he is under scrutiny at every given turn. And a lot of it is stuff that's not even his fault. So for context, Eden Prime is in the Traverse. You notice they mentioned that. It's in the Traverse. That means it's not protected by the Council. So when you start to have colonies out in the Traverse, there's risk of slavers coming through and snatching up humans. The Geth can attack for whatever fucking reason because they're computer races and no, we don't really know what they want. And in this case, Saren and the Geth just pull up and just start skewering people. And then we want answers because we happen to be there. But otherwise, Eden Prime doesn't have, like, military support from CSEC, which is, like, the Citadel Protection Force. So when humans go out to the Traverse, we do that just because we don't want to be under the foot of the Council. But we also don't send enough military to protect the places in the Traverse. And to be fair, we have nothing that would be able to defend against that little Reaper thing that came through and started snatching people up. So, I get it. I get it. It took time,
I'm not
though.
gonna sit on my ass just because
Because
the
he's
council
not a
doesn't
likable
wanna do
fucker.
anything. If they won't stop Saren, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
So another thing, Spectre, Shepard is a candidate for the Spectres. He would be the first human to be a Spectre, essentially. Which is a big deal. Because that's almost like a step into like us being involved. It's a step. So even if you don't like me, you really want me to get that Spectre seat. It makes all of humankind look good. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol at Argos Road Cluster. She has particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled for her team to be investigated further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we send a recon team? Okay, we got a little side mission right there.
I understand what you're saying. Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
Oh, what's wrong, little guy?
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel.
Take your time, Andy.
Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort.
The consort?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where is she?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human. Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
I actually don't remember much about the Elcor, so I'm gonna be a little nerd and listen for a bit.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
That's impressive.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din.
Welcome back. What kind of candy, Andy?
Blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Yo, Din gives Kanye energy.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
The Council don't care about us Council racists.
Good day to you.
George Bush don't care about
Enjoy
black
your
people
time on the
energy.
Citadel.
Alright, Din, let's talk.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so
Milk
rude,
chocolate?
Din.
Hey, that's what's
At
up.
least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus Ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
I don't like how he says Earth Clan like that, bro.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
Okay. So they're kind of jealous because we're a very new race, and our counselor already has, our ambassador already has his own office. And even before my Spectre candidacy, it's already hinted that the next council race will be humankind. Because, let's be fair, we humans, we would not have it any other way. We don't like being at the bottom of any type of social hierarchy as a race. It's impossible. Unlike some of these other races, which are fine fitting into the mold and assimilating, you know how humans are. You know how we are. It's just what it is. So there is going to be a little bit of jealousy because our numbers are not higher than any other race in particular. We have one world that we habitate in space station. But the way we are. I like being at the bottom. That's crazy, Nerd. He definitely hates humanity. Yeah, I can't blame him, though. I feel bad for the little guy. I want Din to, like, not hate us.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Tell me about your history.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
See, you gotta admit, they made the intergalactic currency, or they're a big part of why there is a standardized galactic currency, and they're still kind of treated like fodder. They were discovered before us, which we're very new. I think within 200 years, we're new. We're a very new race. They were discovered by the Asari and the Solarians, so I'm predicting at least a 1500 year, like, council position. They have seniority on us, and they still have to share a council office. So I get it.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
He said it right there. Will be admitted to the council long before their species will. It's just what it is. You have to be... There are certain criteria. The Volus are not a fighting race. It's just what it is. Humankind is a very, very fighting race. Like, okay, the Asari have probably the strongest standing military right now. Those are the Purple Women, essentially. The Solarians have probably one of the best stealth and reconnaissance forts, and they are very technically adept. Turians have probably the strongest frontline military. They're very similar, but they're more authoritarian than we are. Humankind is very roundabout and duplicitous, but our standing army is pretty impressive for us to be a new species. The fact that the Volus just don't offer anything when it comes to combat, and they actually are responsible for delegating. I mean, bartering and trading. They're a trade race. They're a merchant race. Merchant race is never going to be a council position. It's just not. They offer a lot. They're welcome, of course, but they're not. It's not the same. It's not the same. He knows it too. They fit into a niche. They're not generalists, and that's okay.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the council. All but the Earth clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting?
Sounds like one of the biggest
How long do
things
you
is
think
capacity
we'll
to fight and
continue to
stuff,
wait?
capacity for violence.
Bah,
They're gonna say
wasted
otherwise.
on the humans.
They're gonna say otherwise. They
Goodbye, Ambassador.
like the council will swear up and
Yes,
down. No,
yes.
it's
Good day,
opportunity.
Earth
Yada yada. There is no reason humankind should have a council position. There is no reason, other than that we don't lose. In military campaigns, in defending our assets and whatnot, we don't let things slide either. When colonies get attacked, we always try to recompense. There's a big like standing war against like Batarian slavers. Even though we venture out and take territory that other species wouldn't want to take, we could do a little bit better job defending it, but we kind of do seek recompense a little bit, the way it's been established. Like, the way they were found was very different from how we were found. I think that's a big part of it, too. Like, they were discovered by the Asari and the Solarians, if we're talking about, like, just the Volus. Elcor were discovered by the Asari. If we were discovered by the Asari, things might be different, right? We ran into the Turians first. And that affects everything. The Turians are just like us. Might is right. We were going after a beacon, and it became a war. Or it was Prothean technology. We found a Mass Effect relay venturing into space. And first contact did not go well. And it turned into a whole thing. It turned into a whole war.
Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the
Now,
right.
if humankind in its early inception met with Asari matriarchs, it might have been different. The Asari might have made us bend the knee, not gonna lie. They might have mentally manipulated our commanders and things. We wouldn't have had, like, the technology to defend ourselves. But because we met the Turians first, this is the same shit, different day. It's ground war. That's fun for us. Like, this is normal war. Oh, okay. Sieges? Tactics? Oh, all right, cool. Cool.
You know who I am?
We'll play this game. We'll take little territory. We'll take our losses, lick our wounds, and come back better. Oh, okay. You guys lost the outpost? Let's look at your technology. Let's work on converting our language.
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at
Let's
the
kidnap
Citadel
some generals. Let's learn
embassies.
some things.
If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
So Avina's this little purple thing. She's like Siri of the Citadel. I don't think we need to go there yet. Nah, Elcor are harmless. They're adorable.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
This is your job? Oh.
Human, delighted welcome. It is good to meet you.
Heads back down. Let's see what's over here first. Hey, Alan.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
I go where I want.
Nobody sends me anywhere. I just need some information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression?
Oh.
Never mind, forget I asked. Was there something...
Always sticking your finger into somebody else's pie? Yo, that sounds sussy as fuck, brother.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all
I'm
the
trying to
power
stick
you
my
can
finger
get,
in Palin's
and you're
pie.
being given a lot. If the
Give me a
council
piece
wants
of
to
that.
make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
If the council wants to make humanity a new favorite pet, everybody's saying the same thing. We're not favorites!
The council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
This conversation sums up the relationship between Turians and humans entirely. This conversation right here, that's exactly the whole relationship. Calm down there.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the council.
You don't like Spectres?
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Palin's a very important guy.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I respect
I'll be
it.
going now.
I respect
Goodbye,
it.
Commander.
That was a good conversation. Now let me go ahead and hack this terminal of yours. Don't mind me. Just committing a war crime real quick. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account of multiple recipients across Extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow Biotic, you've been selected to receive the transmission because of our shared plight. You understand us. You will tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come join us at the Hawking Ada cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. That's a whole nother thing too. So, I think I explained a little bit of what biotics are. They're able to use Mass Effect fields to push and pull and use the Force essentially. And that usually entails a lot of training from like childbirth almost. I think in this world, biotics have implants usually done when they're in adolescence. So they mentioned something about Caden being an L2 implant. I imagine Shepard being, you know, decorated war hero. He probably has L3 implants.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Okay. How about you? You got a drink for me?
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
How did you know?
You know who I am?
Your arrival created a bigger than average stir among the diplomats and hangers-on around here. There's always something new happening around here. I could fill you in on some points of interest if you'd like.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I try Flux or Cora's Den.
Tell me about Shaira's.
What is Shaira's?
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant
I'm
day.
gonna finish this chocolate. Hey, enjoy, Andy. I wish I had chocolate. It sounds good.
Don't believe the rumors. What do you want? Oh, Commander.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah.
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Nah.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
Let him get up. Let him get up.
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
This place seems strange. Wish there were more humans around.
Alrighty, we're done here at the embassies. Let's get out of here. Let's go see the Citadel.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Alright, where to first? We're gonna walk around and see what we can... what kind of mess we can get into. They've definitely improved the movement speed in this version in comparison to the normal Mass Effect 1. I'd share with everyone. Chocolate out of the fridge is an easy way to win me over, brother. Like, I guess we just head down this way.